Hello world of YouTube. If you guys remember my Andre promotion video about a month ago where I was promoting channels, one of you guys, Fancy, in the comments wanted me to review, or not review, but promote music channels in general on YouTube, both discussers, people who make music, people who cover music, the whole nine. So I'm going to give you guys a good list of channels to go check out. I'm going to start off with 7 discussers of music, then I'm going to give you about 7 or so performers of music. I'm going to talk about a couple of you guys that do covers of songs as well, and all that fun stuff. So let's start off with the discussers. I'm going to start off with the 2 that I always promote on here, and the one that I always promote the most. I've promoted him tons of times on here. Sam Jarouche, Rock It Out blog. He does music news, he does reviews, all that fun stuff, and he does interviews and stuff. Good rock music news journalist. He covers a whole 9. If you want some good news, if you want news on your favorite metal band, on your favorite rock band, just go check him out. He's a cool guy. He's very, he's just chill and he has fun with it. So go check him out. He's a cool guy. Another guy that I promote on here a lot. This guy, Anthony Fantano. Needle Drop. Reviews music. Sometimes does questions. And he's a really cool guy. He does a lot of independent music. I'm funny to sneeze. That's why my face may look a little awkward during this part. But he reviews a lot of independent music, a lot of unknown music, and he's gotten me into a few acts that I love nowadays. And he's a really cool guy. Again, these are all really cool people, so I don't have to say it 1,001 times. But he's very analytical. He's probably the most popular reviewer on YouTube at the moment, and he's for good reason. The guy just does a really good job of what he does. And whether it's hip-hop, whether it's jazz, whether it's rock, whether it's metal, he does a really good job of breaking it down as to why he likes it and why he doesn't. He gives legitimate scores for the releases that he does. And yeah, he's just good at what he does, so go check him out. Guy I don't really I haven't promoted much on here, but I kind of have, and I've done responses for some of his videos. Macasaur, Mac, he's a cool kid. He's a youngin'. He doesn't review much anymore, but he does discuss music, and he does covers. He does a lot of guitar and bass covers, and he's pretty good at it. He does a lot of stuff. He does stuff that's not normal too. Like Anthony reviews music that is normal. He kind of covers songs that aren't really normal. He's done a probably my favorite cover of his is his cover of the Tribe Called Quest song that he did. Fuck, why can't I think of the name of it now? It's off of Low End Theory. The first song off of Low End Theory. What the hell is it called? My iPod's not in here. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. It's on the screen now. He did a really good cover of that song, so it was bass, so go check out Matt. Chill kid, cool guy, all that fun stuff. I said what I'm gonna try to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Next guy I'm gonna talk about 3 Creation, Austin. He used to review music. Now he doesn't. He just discusses music, which is cool. He was kind of sick of reviewing. So he just flat out was like, I'm going to discuss music. I'm like, he gives suggestions, which he does give good suggestions. Coming from a guy who follows his suggestions, or at least some of the ones that he gives out, and I have a list of suggestions he's given me. The guy has good taste, and he knows how to contour to someone's taste specifically even. So go check out Austin's channel, even purely for that reason. If you want to get into new music you may not have heard of, that's a good reason. But he also gives good topics of discussion. I've responded to a few of his videos. He does give good topics of discussion to discuss in videos, and some just to help him out a little bit. He's starting to sell music too. He's starting to sell vinyls. While the vinyls are rare, and you're probably gonna have to pay a pretty penny for them. If you want to get rare vinyls, he's starting to get them for a business. I'm not sure if he's going to completely actively seek out stuff, but he might, and he does have some pretty good ones in his catalog. If I had money, I'd want to pick them up myself. Some of the ones are ones he's told me about, some of the ones I just would like to have in my collection. So he's starting to sell records. Coolness. But yeah, he discusses music, all that fun stuff, and he's good at that too. He's not just good at reviewing, which he was good at doing. He's good at discussing music. He's good at asking questions that make you think, make you wanna talk about it on video and all that fun stuff. So Austin, go check out his channel in the under thingy. Next group of guys I'm going to talk about that I've never promoted on this channel, and I should have because I do love their stuff. Dead End Hip Hop. It's 5 guys. Normally it's 5 guys. It's Ken, it's FIFO, it's Beezy, it's Mike C. Town, and it's Modest Media, who's usually the camera guy, but they also have question videos now where they have Majori Battle. I think her name, but these guys discuss hip hop in general. Like when they review albums, they don't give them scores. They just discuss a record. They discuss why they like it, why they don't like it, some tracks that they really enjoyed, and they just talk about hip hop. They'll do their favorites of something within hip hop, like their favorite diss tracks, or they'll discuss something in the industry, like they discuss the Lupe Fiasco beef in depth, and they're really good at discussing hip hop, and I love their channel for that. You know, like they do a good job of just discussing it. They don't try to focus it down to like a score or anything. Well, I mean, and most people who do give it scores, I don't think try to do that either. But I think that the fact that they don't score it helps. That's why I don't score records, even on my written reviews. I don't score them. I just talk about what I like and what I don't like. I think the reviewer should really take that hint and not give scores in general, just because it gets people focused on a number and not the quality of the content or even of your reviews. Yeah, that's my opinion on Hat Embedded Hip Hop. Go check them out. They're really cool guys. They don't bullshit you. They'll say their line, and I think that that's really cool. You know, and they're all really cool guys. I follow all of them on Twitter, and two of them follow me. So thank you, Ken. Thank you, BC, for following me on Twitter and all that fun stuff. So yeah, funness. Anyway, next review I wanted to talk about is Runner JMA, who does metal. He discusses a lot of metal releases, and he does like a lot of really obscure metal. Like I was one to scope out obscure metal, and I still am sometimes. But this, like, he does so many. Like, he'll do some popular releases, but he'll also talk about some releases that are just out there, that just like in the depth or in like the really grindy and the heavy stuff, which is the stuff I don't typically look for. But he'll talk about anything in metal, like and that's really cool. And he's got some cool hats. So, but he's a guy that really loves talking about metal, and I think that's cool. I mean, I'm not big in the metal community, like in terms of reviewing. Like I used to review a lot of metal, and I do still want to review metal, but this guy, like he did a really good job. And I want you guys to go support him and stuff. And fun times. And the last guy that I wanted to talk about is Polyphonic Press. Jeremy is another cool guy. He discusses rock music, and I've promoted him a little bit on this channel. But Polyphonic Press, he discusses rock releases, whether they're reviewed all around or not. And he'll just talk about it. He'll tell you what he likes and what he doesn't like. And again, he's really good at being analytical, and he's good at it. He's a good guy who's done some really good reviews. I mean, even his earliest stuff, like his Foo Fighters and stuff, like he was really good at doing that, even from the get-go. So you can tell he really thinks about this whenever he reviews it. And I respect it. I think that's awesome. So go check out Jeremy, cool guy. And now I'm gonna move from people who discuss music to people who cover music here on YouTube, because there's a lot of people who cover music on YouTube. Like there's a ton. So I'm gonna talk about like 3. And then I move to original artists. The first guy I want to talk about is a bassist that I started following a while ago, Pook Lowend. And Pook does a lot of different genres, and he's really good at playing the bass. Like he's done Primus, he's done Jamiroquai, he's done 311, I think he's done Incubus. He's done a lot of different things, and he's really good at doing what he does. He does a lot of slap bass. He doesn't do a lot of pick bass, which I like. I'm not a huge fan of the sound of a pick on a bass. It just doesn't sound right to me. Like it's too grindy and it doesn't sound natural. And so he does a really good job of not doing that. So go check out Pook. He seems chill, and he's good at what he does. He's good at playing the bass. And plus, he made a tribute for my favorite YouTube cover artist who did die, Zodiac Iron Fist. I talked about him in one of my leanbacks. It sucks that he died. He was a really good bassist. But Pook Lowend is also really good. There's a guitarist on here, or on YouTube, called Metallicat511 that you guys should all check out. Not just because he's good, but because he's kind of funny to watch too. Because he'll get into it. Like he'll make faces. He'll just like he'll get into the song that he's playing. You can tell he really enjoys doing what he does. And he'll do a lot of metal. But he's done some releases that aren't metal, and he's done some drum covers too. And like he's really good at both replicating the sound of the band. He is also crafting his own kind of style to it. And I dig his sound. I dig his style, and I dig his personality. And he's another really good musician here on the YouTubes. I kind of want to go fast through these so I can get to the people who make music more. But anyway, last guy, South Effing Ham Drums. He's a drummer here on YouTube, obviously, who does a lot of metal releases, or metal songs, which isn't too unpopular to do, because a lot of people who cover drums on here seem to do a lot of metal drums, which is understandable. It's the most impressive to watch, and he's good at it. I mean, he just did a Deftones cover recently that was really well done, and I think that yeah, if you want to hear some good metal drum covers, go to that guy. South of the Cam Drums is my endorsement. All these guys are my positive endorsement. Now to go from people who cover music to people who make music, who make their own songs, and some of them do cover as well, but they're trying to make their own music and make a name for themselves on YouTube as their own music. And the first guy I wanted to talk about is a youngin. He's like 15. He's a rapper. His name is Ali Tominique. I think it's how you pronounce it, Ali Tominique. He's like young as shit. He's like 15 and he raps and he's really good at it. Like, I mean, like he spits Tech 9 stuff. He's fast and his stuff, like his instrumentals could use some work. You can tell he makes it himself on his Casio. But I still want to promote this kid because you can tell he really likes what he's doing. And he has a mixtape coming out in July actually, called February 1st, I think. But the kid seems to be, he's a spitter, and he writes some pretty alright stuff. I've heard some of his writings, and he's pretty good at constructing his words and using really clever wordplay. And at his age, that's really impressive. And he tries to keep it clean, obviously, because he's a youngin. And he's good. He's an impressive rapper to watch rap. He's skilled. He's talented. And along the lines of fast rapper, someone who I love on YouTube, who I have promoted before, I'm talking about Watsky. I'm going to talk about Watsky. You're going to sit and listen to me talk about Watsky. Watsky's a rapper on YouTube. So he does really fast raps. And but he's not just that anymore. Like, that's how he blew up, was Pale Kid Raps Fast. But he's also extremely lyrical. His poetry is really well constructed. And his newest mixtape, Nothing Like the First Time, is fantastic. I don't think I'll be able to see him live, which saddens me to core. Because I'd love to see Watsky perform. He's a really... He has a lot of fun with it. Like, on his mixtapes, he blends, like, comedy with hip-hop in a way that's not, like... He has a song called 1,000... I think it's, like, 1,000 words to say instead of swag. But he starts off the rap with, like, swag, swag, and it's funny. He's a funny, clever, talented MC who does a good job of making hip-hop for fun, or making hip-hop fun. He does a really good job of presenting fun in hip-hop, and I love it. I love Watsky. I love Watsky. He's a cool guy. He seems like a really down-to-earth guy, and I'd love to get to hang with him live, or get to hang with him and see him live, but I don't think I'll get to, which sucks. But anyway, next group, next duo here, Pomplamoose, who again I've talked about on this channel. Pomplamoose does indie rock, but they started to branch out their sound into more electronica with the latest song they did, which wasn't bad. I'd like to see them work with the sound more, to make it more subtle almost, because I mean, I like the overdriving, but I'd like to make him at least either alter it or tone it down a bit, because I do like the new sound, but I do also kind of miss the old indie rock and like kind of jazzy even to an extent, or at least just old-fashioned sounding indie music, and I like it. I still like the new stuff, but I like Pomplamoose in general. They're really good. And their covers are funny, or at least well done. Some of them are funny, but yes, Pomplamoose, Jack and Natalie. I reviewed their channel on here actually. I just remembered I did a YouTube critic of them on the YouTubes. I'm linking it right here. Two of them, great musicians, and they seem to be having a lot of fun with it as well. And that's the cool thing about this. All these guys seem to have fun with their music, which is something that a lot of people should take note of when they're making music. But next guy, Neighbor Ignite. I have promoted him on this channel before. He's in my other channel's box, I think, still. But Evan, he's making his first album still. And it's ukulele. So if you like that ukulele sound, I think it's better than like the ukulele, how the ukuleles are used nowadays in popular music. Maybe that's because I like his music more. He does have those love songs, and but he has like a quirky way of doing it. Like he has the math love song, the limit is X versus girlfriend. Great song, clever song, and he does a good job of not making the ukulele annoying as hell. So go check out Evan. He does do original songs on his main channel, but I'll also link to his covers channel where he did some covers with his ukulele. So go check him out. The last group I wanted to talk about before I wrap this whole thing up was Genevieve. They do like spacey indie electronic music. They've done a song with Pomplamoose, and that's how I found them. But their singer has a really good voice, and the instrumentation is really solid. It's like an electronic Pomplamoose. I hate to compare the two because they are kind of different, but it's kind of like a really electronic Pomplamoose, and they're really quirky with their sound. Like the way they handle instrumentation is really quirky, and I dig it, and I dig the way that they do things. I'd almost compare it to like a spacey Talking Heads. Like, that's a really weird, and some people who are like diehard fans may disagree with me, and while they do like the music, I'm not like a diehard fan, but that's kind of how I see it. Like some of their songs are like spacey Talking Heads, but some are like really just serious, spaced out indie music, and I dig them. I dig them a lot. Not like a diehard fan, but I dig what I've heard a lot. And so go check them out. They're cool and stuff. Yeah. Now, last thing I'm going to talk about on here is 3 people who are subbed to me who make music or cover music. First one is my friend John, Transcrafter, who I'm doing a track with. Transcrafter, he makes a lot of trance music, but he's also experimenting out to other just electronic music, and I dig that. And he does do a really good job of, especially in his recent stuff, creating a grand soundscape with a lot of strings and a lot of, you know, grandiose sound with a lot of that, you know, electronica beats, those like house beats and stuff. I dig it. I dig John's stuff. It's what it's called, Transcrafter. So I dig John's stuff. He's a cool guy. And 2 of you guys that cover songs, New Age Axe, who does metal stuff, and I think you've done other stuff that's not metal, but you've done some Deftones stuff, and he's really good. He does a really good job of getting a thick sound out of his guitar, and I dig it. He gets my endorsement, and so does the Metal Storm 30, Rockstar Bass 100's music channel. He does bass. He could use some work. He's still learning his craft, but he's at least trying, and I want to push him to try more, because his Metallica Enter Sandman wasn't bad. So, dude, keep practicing. You'll get there. And yeah, so if you want some encouragement, I'm promoting him in my video. Metal Storm 30. He does metal covers, and he's alright. He's not terrible. He could use some work. He's alright. And that pretty much wraps up my promotions for other people. For those of you who don't know, I do make music. That has always been linked in the other thingy. The second channel is my music and poetry channel. You can't see it, but I'm pointing to my drums, and I'm working on miking those. I have the miking kind of right. I need to tweak it a little more, and I'll start doing drum covers along with my vocal covers and my music, my raps, because they're rap. Yo, no, I'm kidding. I do rap, but I'm not like one of those guys who's like, yo, I'm on the mic and I'm doing the thing and I'm rapping about bling because I'm doing the thing. I don't do that, but I do rap. It's not a mixtape. Hopefully in August, if not August, before then. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for my music promotions. Hopefully, Fainty, sorry, got your name wrong. You enjoyed this. I've been getting a little bit spaced out as this goes on because this is off my AC and it's getting hot in here. So I'm gonna wrap this up, edit it, and put it on the YouTubes. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully you guys check out all those guys. Tell them I sent ya. Tell them Viralrak sent ya. And yeah, they're cool as hell guys. The ones that I was talking about that are cool, and the other ones seem really chill. So go check them out. Go support them like you support me. Go support them like you support me. I'm almost at 300 subs, by the way. Thank you. At 300 subs, I want to have something special go on. So if I get to 300 subs, you'll find out what that is. But yeah. Sorry about that loud clap. I've been Viralrak. You guys are today's lesson situations, and I'll see you another day. I'm gonna wrap this up now because it's getting really hot. It's getting really hot. It's getting hot. It's getting hot. Hot.